What is up, ones? This is Aspect1 here, and welcome back to another episode of Room Number 9. I was going to say Sweet Poll. The only reason I said Sweet Poll because if you guys are part of my Patreon, then you guys would know by today, literally before this video even comes up, that Sweet Poll is going to be the next little series that we're going to put up on YouTube. Or, I'm sorry, not on YouTube, on Patreon. I did have some good news as I talked to somebody, and somebody... one of you awesome ones, I think it was Alyssa, if I remember correctly. I'm so sorry. It might have been Alyssa, or maybe it was something with the K. I can't remember. I'm so sorry. But someone saved a lot of videos of mine, which is awesome, so I can re-upload them. Which could be a problem. I'm not sure if I'll re-upload them on YouTube, because there's like the issue of if I do in fact get my channel back at some point, YouTube might automatically like copyright my own channel that I created, if that makes any sense. Like there's that whole fiasco that I don't want to even open up to, but that's if I get my channel. So I don't know. I really want to upload them on YouTube, re-upload them, but we'll see. It just kind of depends. I'm going to weigh out the cons and the pros, if you will. In this case, I said that backwards, I know, but we'll see. But that's the good news, is that I could probably re-upload a lot of content, which would be nice, and I'm sure you guys would love to see. But other than that, you're probably wondering why not Silver Blue? Well, because since Silver Blue and Divine Speaker kind of have like that fantasy setting, I feel like it'd be best if we like separate the two instead of like having it back to back. I think it'd be nice to like do one of those and then Rune number 9, one of those and then Rune number 9. So, you know, you get a little mix. And plus, it's Halloween Day after all, so I think you would like to see someone that's definitely on the horror spectrum compared to those two. Those two are not horrors, they're fantasies. But anyways, let's go in and see what's going to happen to Room Number 9, because I don't know. We got something different. I'm not sure if we're going to see the task or not. We might be getting the ending now, but we'll see. But yeah, if I had to choose between Task 1 or Task 2, I'm assuming we're going to be forced to do Task 1 or something like that at some point. But Task 1 sounds freaking awful. It just, until loss of consciousness, it makes me nervous. Like, what are the apparatuses going to be used? Like, it's one thing if you choke somebody out and then they go to sleep. Like, I feel like that's not the worst thing in the world. As someone who's done like jiu-jitsu a bit, I haven't fell asleep though. I tap out, but still, it's like, it's not the worst thing. But I can imagine. Anyways, without further ado, let's just go and see what happens in Room Number 9, because I don't have too much time today because I have work. I'm gonna dress up as Yuri to work. Woo! I gotta shave really quickly, and then I gotta put on my Yuri gear. Can't wait. But Take 2 was a repeat, but the cross-dressing option had vanished. I guess we couldn't pick that one anymore. My eyes went as wide as I read the new conditions. My movements mimicked Seiji as I traced the lines over and over with my finger, branding their meaning into my mind. The premise was that we were supposed to be passed out from pleasure, but we could fulfill the requirements by choking him. If I just left him alone with all that on him, he'd probably pass out in an hour or two. I didn't want to lay a hand on him if I didn't have to, but was that really the right approach? Seiji hesitantly pointed at the second option. Was he thinking about what we did yesterday? About how we definitely made the wrong choice? Did he think I wouldn't be able to perform anymore? Was he concerned that he was forcing me to be the aggressor each time? My heart settled on the last one, and I sent him a silent thought of thanks. Definitely the second option. After what happened yesterday, yeah, that first option is definitely that second option is definitely the best option. Best for the both of us. Which choice do you think will let us stay as much as ourselves as possible? Even if it was impossible for us to get out of this unscathed, which would give us even a slightly better chance? Seiji cast his eyes down to think, and I found myself distracted by the thought that I just had last night. I'd been with him. I couldn't even let myself process it emotionally. I just had to accept it as blandly as possible. Huh? I guess that happened. Even if he was standing right there, not saying a word, closing his eyes and letting out sighs. Which was the better choice? Would it make any difference? Hurt me for all I care. It doesn't matter to me. Oh man, okay, well here in this case, I am going to save again. Hopefully it's the second page. Okay, good. Because the other page, I saved at a certain point, which, yeah, YouTube doesn't want to see it. Like, I think this is simple. For me, at least, I think this is simple. I think the incision makes the most sense, because the other one, after what happened, we need a day off from that. I think we need a day off from that. If we choose the second option again after what we just happened yesterday, I think that's just, it's hard for both. They are both literally breaking down pretty much. One was literally about to be choked to death, literally being choked to death, and the other, okay, well, I don't know why I'm saying it like that, but yeah, Seiji was literally being choked to death, and then Daichi, on the other hand, he was on the cusp of literally having a mental breakdown right there, and I don't blame him. Like during it, you know, during the task, and it happened after the task. It's just like, yeah, I think it's too much mental stress right now to even consider the second option. Whereas the first option, like, yeah, it's gonna hurt, but like you could heal a scar, like a physical scar like that. Don't get me wrong, it's probably going to get worse after we choose this one, but we need a break from option one right now after what happened yesterday. So I'm saying we're going to choose the decision. Today I be letting Seiji hurt me. I got away too easy so far, and I couldn't let Seiji take the brunt of it. Maybe it was already too late, but maybe there was still time left. That's for the best, right? Probably. It has to be. Wait, are we actually gonna see it? Oh, okay, we're not. Okay. Well, you know what that means? We could skip. But in case something happens, like, you know, I'm just gonna say we're gonna have a cut. But you know, in case like there's something that you're not allowed to see, only people on Patreon can see. But we'll see. We'll see. Well, that led me back to the same ending. Wonderful. Well, I'm glad I saved. But yeah. Anyways, we'll go back where we were. We'll continue on from this, and yeah, okay, so that literally led back to saying I literally made a circle, but you know, we got a different CG. I mean, you guys on YouTube didn't see it, but people on Patreon did. So yeah, I guess we're sticking with the second option. Fuck me, I guess, right? Oh man. So choosing that first option is just going to lead us to, like, it's going to separate ourselves. So that's sad. I considered all the conditions of our options before I answered. The choice didn't require me to be involved much, and it wasn't asking us to do anything life-threatening like choking. I was a bit concerned about the losing consciousness part, but the other option involves spilling blood, and I didn't really care so much about getting hurt, but I didn't want to force Seiji to hold the knife. There was the hypothetical concern that our activities here could end up sticking in the form of some kind of fetish. I was pretty sure I was still fine in that department, but to be honest, even if the experience turned me gay or something, that'd be fine. It'd probably make things easier in a way. I couldn't stand the idea of Seiji developing a taste for cutting people up, and I couldn't let that happen. You know, to be fair, I didn't consider that, honestly. The fact that, like, Seiji would, like... Because that's the thing, like, I think with based off the ending we got originally, the first ending, like, it seemed like Daichi kind of moved on, but at the same time, like, it seemed like Seiji was the one who was avoiding us more than anything, if that makes any sense. And to be fair, it makes sense, because, like, how could he face somebody that he hurt, like, literally with the knife by cutting us and everything, you know? It's like, he hurt him, and he never wanted to, which is why Seiji's, like, accepting, like, the responsibility of the pain, like the majority of it, if you will. And on the other hand, where Daichi goes free, and he's doing it all for Daichi. So I didn't even consider that. I mean, he probably, like, doing the whole cutting option, it's like the incision and everything, like, for Daichi, like, or for Seiji, I'm sorry, like, that hurts him because he never wanted to hurt Daichi, you know? He wants to protect him, and the fact that he hurt him, it makes him feel guilty, I guess. It makes himself feel guilty, and he could probably never see Daichi in the face ever again, like in person, because it's just awful. He feels awful for what he did, even though it's not his fault. But yeah, I'm assuming that's, like, I never even considered that, honestly. Maybe I did, but it's been weeks. So with each task, I felt my heart twist and distort in some way, and I didn't want that to happen to him. This is fine. It's fine, totally. He considered the question. His quiet answer ended the conversation. We had a lot of time to kill, and I spaced out in front of the TV watching Okinawa programs full of the thick local accents. I wonder what the weather was like outside. Was the sun scorching hot? The wind harsh and salty? Or was there a storm raging since it was typhoon season? But whatever it was like, it might as well have been happening on another planet for all we know. The only wind I could feel was from the ice cold AC, and we couldn't open the windows to let the fresh air in. We were completely detached from the outside world. I had to wonder where Seiji and I would end up after all this. You know, to be fair, that's a quick way of losing consciousness. I mean, blacking out. I mean, it's terrible, but I mean, it's better than like trying to choke somebody unconscious while, you know, yeah. I opened the fridge and pulled out some soda and ice. I dropped a few ice cubes into each glass, poured in some whiskey for the minibar, then finished by adding some Coke and stirring it with a spoon. He looked a little unsure of what to do with the glass. I sat down on the table for him. I joined him in the seating area, keenly aware of his gaze. Seiji had a pretty impressive alcohol tolerance, even though he didn't normally drink, but this time he just silently brought the glass to his mouth. The fragrant alcohol and bubbly soda tickled my throat as I sipped my drink. Neither of us said a word. He'd occasionally shoot me a perplexed expression, like he wanted to say something, but he never did. We only had 2 small bottles of whiskey in the room. Same with the rum. It'd be hard to get drunk off that. I just wanted to forget a little. And so I wasted the already meaningless time not even being able to get drunk off what little alcohol we had until night finally came. I didn't even think of that. Like, I guess that's why they don't even like have like a full-on bar, if that makes any sense, because it would be too easy to, like, you know, I feel like some of the tasks would be too easy if you just like try to get super hammered and like not even remember most of it, you know? Maybe, I don't know. I'm just thinking a guess here. Maybe you could request it. I'm sure there's like a point system where it's like, oh yeah, you could like keep getting refills in the mini bar. You could like order yourself like a big wine glass or so. I don't know. I'm just throwing guesses here, but Seiji went to take a shower. The sound had become familiar by now. He really didn't need a bathe though. He'd been showering twice every day, so there wasn't really any body odor on him. Plus, I was used to Seiji's smell by now, and I'm sure the reverse is true for him. Still, I understood how he felt. He needed that time alone to brace himself emotionally. I got the implements together and looked over the instructions on the tablet. I was calm. I knew I could do this. I wouldn't have to put his life on the line or choke him or anything. I was going to be fine. Would get through this somehow. Well, hello YouTube. It's good to see you guys again. That was intense. I'll just put in like a simple way. It's literally like being on an electric chair of pleasure and pain. That's exactly what you missed. So again, if you want to see that by any means, but also delete videos again, just plug in there. It's literally more ways than one after what we just saw on Patreon. $1 a month gives you full access to that. But yeah, that's pretty much the best way to put it. I quietly took the toys and laundry until the exchange chamber so as I did not wake Seiji. I didn't think I needed to check the score on the tablet. I was confident they'd seen Seiji screaming, wetting himself and passing out. I turned out the lights in the room and sat down on the bed with my back turned to Seiji. A little bit of the fake moonlight peeked through the curtains. There was a sickly bluish white of the LCD display. My body felt strangely light, like I was a little buzzed or something. Nothing felt quite real. When I looked down between my legs, I still had a bit of a tent, my tent, and my tent pumped up the whole time I was tormenting Seiji. It had gone down a bit while I was cleaning, but it hadn't completely gone away. There's a faint tingling pain in I guess in the beach ball area as well. It wasn't so painful I couldn't stand it, but I felt awkward knowing that myself could just EQ would solve it. I did something horrible to Seiji, but my head felt so foggy. It made me want to get a little drunk like I had a lunch, but I couldn't feel anything. Well, I think after this day, we're gonna get. Wait, hold up. Is task 1 the same thing as it was before? Maybe? I don't remember. But we'll find out in the next episode, But I did hope you enjoyed this episode, this Halloween horror episode. Truly, this was a horror episode of Room Number 9. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like and share the video if you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe down below if you haven't already, and click the notification bell so you can be notified when the next video comes up. Outside of that, again, if you want to check out that scene and along with other scenes and uncensored videos, again, Patreon link in the description down below gives you $1 a month gives you access to that. And outside of that, if you haven't followed me on all social media sites down below, if you haven't already, follow me on Twitch, as we're going to probably stream hopefully Monday or Tuesday. That's kind of the best bet right now. or Tuesday or Wednesday. I mean, maybe Monday. Actually, we'll see. It just kind of depends on the situation, because I have work from Thursday to Saturday and maybe Sunday too. So we'll see on that as holiday season's coming out. So it's gonna get a little busier for me. But other than that, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later. Okay, and let me know when you choose task 1 or task 2. I think it's the same thing as before as we got from the other one, but I can't remember. But tell me, and also let me know what would you done in the situation that we just went through. Like, if you're in Daichi's shoes, like, would you just watch and like did what we did, if you know what I'm talking about, or would you just set aside and just let it go on for hours and hopefully you just pass out and you're not watching, obviously? Like, let me know in the comment box down below. But other than that, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you later. Okay, love you, don't forget to stay awesome.